noticed that nobody calls anybody anymore. Like, they don't leave phone messages. There's, like, no calling. Like, everybody texts. Like, you don't even know what people's voices sound like anymore because nobody calls. In fact, when people call me, I don't even check the message for, like, 2 weeks. Like, my friend will be like, girl, I need you to get a flat tire. You know, if you didn't text me, you're going to be on the road, and I'm not going to be there for you. And it's gotten, like, so crazy that men don't even call you anymore. Like, if you meet a guy and you think he's hot, and you want to, like, you know, have him ask you out or whatever, he's going to text you. And it's gotten also to the point where I help my friends reply to the man for the text. Like, I help them flirt. I don't want them to sext. You know, I want them to text, you know, and kind of be flirty and cute. And then people get kind of like bold and they start texting things that they would never text before or say in person. It's like that, like, it's like almost like drunk dialing, like, I love you. You know, with texting, it's the same thing. But now with flirting and texting, there's a term, and it's called flirtexting. Got that? Flirtexting? Flirtexting. Can we say that? Flirtexting. Flirtexting. Deborah and Olivia are the authors of the book Flirtexting, How to Text Your Way to His Heart. Okay, so flirtexting is not sexting, right?
No.
Very clear.
There's a huge difference between flirtexting and sexting. Flirtexting is something you do in the initial stages of a courtship, while sexting is something that should be reserved for two people in a committed relationship that are there to help enhance and bring out that spark in that relationship.
Got it. Okay, and why is it important to flirtext?
It's important to flirtext because flirtexting has become the new first step in dating.
Yeah.
So nowadays, when a guy gets your number, it's inevitable that he's going to text you first. So in our book, Flirtexting, we teach girls the skills to know how to respond to get what you want.
Now to respond to get what you want. And to not sound too slutty.
Oh,
right?
No.
And not too prudy either.
No.
There's like a thing.
No.
Well, the audience has some questions. Lily Beth, stand on up.
Hi, Tyra.
Hi, what's your question?
My question is, so this is my deal. I go out to the clubs with my girlfriends, you know, looking all fly. I see this hot guy, you know? So in a heartbeat, I gave him my number. He comes up to me, you know, hey, how you doing? I gave him my number. All right. So I'm hoping he texts me right away. I'm dancing with my cell phone. It's not vibrating. All right. Nothing. I never hear from the guy the entire night. He texts me the next day. And my girlfriends are telling me not to text him back. So you know how you got the 2-day rule when they give you your number, you got to wait 2 days before calling them back? Is there a rule that I have?
Yes, there's absolutely a rule. A lot of the guys that we spoke to when we were writing our book say the same thing, and that is response time says a lot about a girl.
So true.
So the quicker you respond, the more eager you might come across. And just because it's a text doesn't mean you have to respond right away. Just because it's speedy technology doesn't mean we have to be speedy in our response. So take your time, and it's appropriate to send a text a couple hours later. But just beware that the sooner you text back, the more eager you will.
What about 24 hours later? Is that too long?
We say there's a general rule. I mean, yes, it is speedy technology, so it should be, you should at least send a text within the first 24 hours.
Okay.
Because anything beyond that is just going to seem uninterested. I mean, they know you got that instant text message, so it's so important to just kind of keep that in mind to get back.
So less than 24 hours if you like him.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you don't like him, should you ignore him, or do you text him 72 hours? Just be like, hey. What do you do about that when you don't like him? Ignore or late text?
Well, I think it depends on who the person is. If it's a random person, then it's safe to just not text if you're not interested. Okay. If it's somebody who's in your circle of friends, it's kind of polite to text something to let them know, you know, you want to be friends with them, but you're not that interested.
Got it. Like, what up, buddy?
Yeah, or like good seeing you the other night. Speak to you soon. So it lets him know that, like, okay, this isn't going anywhere.
Yes.
You know?
Okay. Carly has a question.
So I was in a relationship for a while, took a break off dating, but I'm back in the market and I'm ready to go. And a few weeks ago I was at a party and I met this guy, so cute, so my type, a baby face, so funny, and we're at the bar. He seemed very into me, got my number right away, and I've heard from him a few times since, but every single time it's past 2 a.m.
Oh.
So I really like this guy. How do I get him to text me during the day?
Well, but he only texts you at night? What time?
Past 2 a.m., 2:10.
Okay. Past 2 a.m.?
3:12.
3:12? Do you reread all his texts?
What is he saying when he's texting you at 3:12?
What are you up to?
Ooh.
Well, that is something we call the LNBT, and that stands for late night booty text. And unfortunately, when a guy texts you past 10 p.m., he's most likely looking for a good time. We